Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to TTMS, guys. Special number 25. What's good, players? What is up? Good morning, good evening. Am I still muted? There we go, yeah. You know these pony bots and ponies out there trying to stop me from talking that shit. What's good? We got some good stuff to talk about. Yeah, I was muted for a second. It must have came on itself or something. But what's good, guys? I know last week I missed TTMS. I know last week it happens. I was working late. But it is what it is. Before we get into it, let me give a shout out to the homies in the chat, man. We got Web Dave, we got Sully, 9 Lives 210, Mr. Fernando, David, what's going on, player? My brother Adidas 20, Amal Kafaji, Why So Serious, Crispy Rambo, Sarcastic told us what's going on, Primus Gaming, Big Boy Mike. Who else do we have in the chat? Gamers Paradise as well. Nagano PT, El Unicorn Chocho, sorry, my bad. Doggy Dog 420, Jigai J, X Coin. What's good? We got the homie Carl Weeb. Carl Weeb's had enough of these guys. He's tired of this shit. Carl Weeb, are you tired of this shit? Yes or no? Jobster 360, what's going on? Windows 79. T-Pain, Dust Days in the chat as well. Amit Kumar, Gaim Shark, Trey Frizzy, Hyro, Fred 420, what's going on? Killer, he goes TTS player. We got Top Notch as well. Black Lightning, we got MBG's here ready. MBG, we're going to be talking about your punk ass. Or maybe not, who knows, I'm about to change topic because some shit's going down. TR Kane as well as in the chat, what's good, man? Moby, PS5 blows, Duran Hauser, what's going on? Killers, what's good, my homies? Ah, shit, we got the homie, we got Mr. Echo Chamber himself. Ray Ray's in the chat. Ray Ray, let me sort my hair out. Look at that shit. Look at that clean. That's clean. Look at that. That is clean. Dirt Griggity, are you jealous? Dirt Griggity, are you jealous? Look at that fade. Look at that shit. Look at it. But what's good, before I get into it, let me give a shout out to Adidas 20 with a 10. He goes MBG, aka Microsoft is buying games, is quitting gaming. MBG is a whore. That's all I gotta say about him. He wants Microsoft gone, and you know why. We'll talk about that. Jean Mark Louise with a 2 goes, the Microsoft CFO gave ponies ammo, talking about going third party. Jean Mark Louise, we will talk about that player. Cody for life, what's going on, player? 6 layer, Texas flood. What's it, food or flood? Sorry, my bad. Yeah, flood. Tanal Smile, what's good? RWK88, what's good? Yeah, guys, we do have some good stuff to talk about. Of course, we got some good stuff to talk about. And what Jean Mark Louise mentioned, that's some interesting stuff. I do want to talk about that a little bit today, but I do want to talk about it on Friday, definitely with the homie Doug Griggity. What's going on? What does it mean when the guys talk about we want our screens to be our games to be everywhere? We've heard this. We heard this dance before, but we'll definitely get into it. But before we do that, guys, hit the like button, guys. Hit that like button and let's go for it. 450. Let me put some timestamps in. The base teacher, what is it? Sony better have Xbox card money this month. Facts. They best believe. They best be working them street corners. Trust me in that. They best be working them street corners. No matter what, they best have that Call of Duty money ready for us. 100% play. You're 100% right. Now, guys, before we get into it, let's get into the first topic. Here we go. Now, all of a sudden, it's been interesting to see the one and only. Someone has made a comeback. Out of the blue. Who would have known that this punk ass bitch would have made it back to the street corners? Who would have known that? I would have thought he would have disappeared after what happened with the ABK deal. Nikki T, I haven't forgot you play. Don't worry about the play. Nikki T in the chat. You make sure you hit that like button, you POS. 4 to Bro 117, Jeremy Brown, what's good? Mr. Shady's in the chat as well. Onyx to God, what's going on, player? What's good? Don't forget, look, top notch as well. Drone TJ's in the chat as well. Don't worry about the players. I will never forget the homies. The real homies, I'll only stick by with the real homies and that. Doggy Dog 420, Green Goblin, what's good? Now, guys, I wanted to pull something up, and I'm gonna change the direction for 1 second. I'm gonna change it up a bit because I want to find this picture, and you know what picture I'm talking about. There's only one picture. Where is this picture? Out of the blue, who would have known that this punk ass, stinky ass, no good, musty ass whore will make an appearance once again? Everybody, take a look at this shit. Out of the blue, Jim Ryan has popped up. I'm not sure where he's been. Everybody's been asking about him. All of these ponies have been looking for their pimp. All of these ponies are whores, and they've been looking for their pimp. Jim Ryan disappeared after the ABK deal was done. Here we go. We know he stepped down. Here we go. Once again, Jim Ryan. It does look Photoshop. It does look Photoshop. It does look Photoshop. I don't get it, bro. Is he dead? Is he alive? Is this some like conspiracy? Who knows what's going on with this picture? Let me zoom in extra for this shit, just in case it's for Xbox zoom in. Look at this shit. It doesn't make sense to me. This shit looks suspect. It looks suspect to me. But Jim Ryan's out here, still, out of the blue, making these deals. These deals that these ponies don't like to hear. These deals that pony actually believe that Sony will never go this way. They will stop at a point. But we've been saying it for a long ass minute. Do not, and we meant this shit, do not focus on the console space only. Do not focus on the PC space only. Expect these companies to grow. And how do you grow out of the console space is to put your games in more places. Now, Jim Ryan, the reason why we're talking about Jim Ryan, out of the blue, he disappeared. Everybody was asking, where the hell is Jim Ryan? Is he dead? Is he done with the streets? Is he done pimping these whores out, these pony whores out? Nobody knew. Out of the blue, as of I believe it was yesterday or today, who gives a shit, whenever it was, Jim Ryan popped up. Xcoin, that's a good one, ain't it? The dude's in a t-shirt. The dude is in a t-shirt. I'm not gonna lie. How professional does that look? It doesn't look professional. To me, it looks like Jim Ryan was called. Said, listen, we fired your punk ass. We know you got the boot, but for the next 6 months, you cannot still have power over what to do with Sony. So, do you know what, Jim Ryan? You know what to do. Come over here and sign this deal for us. Sign this deal for us, since you're still in charge. You like to believe you're in charge, but since your name's on the paper, on the building, sign this for us. That's his best Phil Spencer, Invincible. Yeah, Invincible. That's his best Phil Spencer look. Nikki T, I'm not gonna lie. When I seen this in the morning yesterday or today, I can't remember. I'm like, is that really Jim Ryan? This dude looks like he just got out of bed without washing his face, without brushing his teeth, without even getting changed. That looks like his 90s, where he goes sleeping. You know when you watch an old classic movies, or when you go to like an old person retirement home or some shit, that's the type of clothes Jim Ryan is wearing. That's the type of shit he's wearing. Them type of clothes, like he's in retirement or in a nursing home or some shit. His wrinkled ass white t-shirt, yeah, bro, 100%. Now, regarding this deal, they called Jim Ryan up. He had to sign some papers, and guess what, guys? For a minute, just for a minute, I was worried. I'm like, oh shit, Since the ABK deals got done, I was like, maybe, just maybe, Sony. We've been hearing about this from the ponies. Ponies have been talking about. Let me put the slide a bit low. Ponies have been talking about this. Sony's gonna go out there and buy Take Two. Sony is gonna go out there and buy EA. That was the word around the streets. That's why I thought, oh shit, is Jim fighting back? Is Jim gonna come back with a comeback after the ABK deal? He failed to block the ABK deal, but no. Jim Ryan once again, his musty ass strikes again. Xbox zooming extra to this bullshit. I'm sorry, my voice is cracking a bit. Now, before I continue, I'll leave the shit on the screen. Sony has signed a partnership with NC Soft. Now, let me tell you something. NC Soft sounds like a suspect name. A suspect name. A very few details has been shared with this bullshit. But it talks about mobile. Mobile releases is talking about. So maybe, we know Sony's trying to make that extra money when it comes to the mobile side. And we know, like, when it comes to Hoe of the Mountain, they're making a multiplayer game. We've seen the leaks of it. Maybe that could be a mobile game. Who knows? We'll see what's going on with this shit. Jim Ryan is excited. He's willing. He has a plan. These are his words. He has a plan. And we remember when Jim Ryan had that interview, he goes to you ponies. You piece of shit ponies. 120 million of you dog shit gamers out there. You like to talk, but when it comes to walk, you don't do it. You tens and 20 million of people, you ain't shit. You ain't enough. So what do I have to do to help PlayStation grow? I have to expand. Let me just highlight this shit. Let me highlight this shit. After all of that shit talking, Jim Ryan said you ain't enough. And the only way I can grow PlayStation is to expand beyond the consoles. Expand beyond the console and broaden PlayStation reach to a wider audience. What does that sound like to you? Expand beyond your console and broaden the PlayStation reach to a wider audience. Once again, Guy Believe, you're 100% right with that comment. Once again, copying Xbox. And the PlayStation dudes today have the nerve to talk about Xbox is going third party. We can say the same shit now. These are Jim Ryan's words. He said, we have to expand beyond the consoles. Do you understand what we're talking about? Web Dave, Jim did pull out his retirement card. Facts. And his pudding as well. The guy's pudding. When you look at these details, first of all, I would say this. Good. They have to sign deals. You have to grow the market. And I'm going to break it down. I will definitely talk about that Xbox stuff today from the CFO. I'll talk a little bit about it today because I want to talk about it. I want more information. And I want to talk about it on TTS as well properly. It's understandable. As time has gone on, people have been gaming from the 70s until now. We have seen consoles go away. Consoles come with a bang and disappear sometimes. Plenty of consoles. Now the top 3 consoles right now is Nintendo, PlayStation and Xbox. Them are the only gaming consoles available to us right now. Them are the only gaming consoles like kind of basically competing against each other. May not be in console sales, but when it comes to revenue and IPs, game outputs, that's what they're competing with. What's going on, Smitty Smith? A small PP, 100%. We'll talk about that. Ryu Art, what's going on, player? PlayStation is gonna be up. Talk that shit, player. RIP Turbo Graphics, yeah, bro. The Hooded Canuck, what's going on, killer? You gotta understand. I don't even need to tell you guys this, but we have to repeat ourselves because for some reason these ponies they don't seem to understand. Just don't seem to understand. They always focus on the console space. That's what they always focus on. Console, console, console. We are selling 40 plus million. Xbox is only selling 22 million at this moment. Deploy 619, what up, player? Michipu, yeah, you'll catch up soon enough, bro. When we talk about console sales, and we talked about this so many times, one generation it could be 80 million. Next generation it could be 13 million. Just like the Wii U. The next generation or reboot, 120 million. But for some reason, in the past 2 decades or so, the consoles recently have not been getting past 120, 130 at best. 150, let's call it 150 maximum. Every generation, for some reason, the console seems to top out around about 150 maximum, I'm saying. That's the maximum I'm giving. That seems to be a problem when you want to grow your business. That seems to be a problem when the future is changing so fast and there's different type of gamers and different type of gamers are playing in different ways. When it comes to accessibilities, accessing your like content is totally different nowadays. It's not like the old days where we have to get VHS. Go to the VHS player, put that shit in, record shit. It's not like the DVDs. It's not like the Blu-rays. Slowly but surely, everything's a touch of a button. It needs to be seamless. And listen, us guys are the old school guys. Majority of us are old school. We grown up in the 90s. Some are grown up in the 70s and 80s. They seen more. We grown up when there's Walkmans, hi-fi. You just name it, all of that shit, crazy shit back then. Things are changing so much. Your mobile phone can do basically everything right now. So everything needs to be seamless. The future for our future generation, things are changing. Console space, they can sell what they want to sell. They can do the 100 millions. But the problem is, why is it topping out 100 million for? Why can't we get to 200 million? Why can't we get to two? Why can't the PlayStation, say for example, Nintendo Switch, a great hybrid console, great games made for the kids. Why can't they get to the 200 million mark? Why is that? Billions of gamers out there. Because there's a ceiling. There's a ceiling, and that's the problem. They're lucky to get to 150, 155. If the only way like you can be a PlayStation 2, and we always talk about this as well, and we always know the history. The reason why the PlayStation 2 killed it because of the DVD player, and it had great games from the third parties, multiplats. That's what the PlayStation managed to hit 150 plus. But in general, them consoles don't hit like that. 80 million, 100 million, 120. That's it in 8 years. That's the difference we're talking about right now. Now, before I continue, Tone, remember for 1 month, salute to you, player. He's with the Reggie emojis. Yeah, use your emojis, guys. If the TTS members, use your emojis, bro. The Angry Tedipus, what's going on? Killer with the 5. Console says, yeah, 10 to 13 million in warehouses. The math ain't adding up, player. Ain't adding up, player. You're right about that. Bro, listen. They're adding the PlayStation Portal to that shit as a console. We got the homie and Booker D. Remember for 3 months. Salute to you, player. TTS, Sean. F them chapters, Sean. Hashtag dirt. Let me pull this back up. Now, this is what we're talking about. You gotta access when it comes to accessibility, anything we're talking about it. When it comes to accessing your content, it needs to be easy as possible for the future. For the younger generation. Consoles here ain't gonna do it. PC is definitely a market, a big market. But later on, Your TVs. Look at all the brand new TVs that's coming out recently. Every single one of them TVs have got cloud streaming services on. Now Xbox Game Pass, Nvidia GeForce. I think Booster Road will be there, and many others as well. Maybe Ubisoft as well. That's what we're talking about. The Gen Z. Snooki Jackson. Because of the Gen Z generation is mobile on the go. Come down to the software. 100%. Wilkin, I'm not saying that PlayStation Stick drift on Portal. Is it drifting already, bro? Good. Because the PlayStation Portal is dog shit. That's why. That's what you get. Dusty, what's going on? Crazy Horse, what's up, fella? Kendrick Star, what's going on, killer? All of the new generation right now are going to access the content totally different. And people got to get used to that shit. Us guys, J-Rock posted it, I'll take a look at it in a bit. Us guys may want to stick to the kind of the old tradition way, go toe to toe with these guys. It does not work like that. Mr. 100, what's going on, player? What's good, killer? This is a business, first of all. A $1 trillion, $1 billion business, whatever you want to call it, $1 billion business. You have to grow your business somehow. And if it's not working in the console space only, you take it one step further. That's what you do. You have to do that, guys. Now, Jim Ryan signing this deal. And it makes me laugh because PlayStation games will ignore that shit. When he talks about expanding beyond the consoles, these ponies will ignore that shit. 100% ignore that shit. They don't care. They're happy with the console sales. Yes, 46 million. Even Colin Moriarty wanted to stick to the old ways. But he must know it, man. Look, he's a developer. He's a developer. He makes games, regardless if his games are dog shit or not. He makes games, his company, whatever you want to call it. I'm sure he would like to have his game on multiple platforms. Everywhere. I'm sure. When it comes to that. But when it comes to fanboys going to be fanboys. But sometimes you got to take the fanboys, put that fanboy shit to the side, and just talk about the business side of it. To make it understand. You know what? It's understandable. I know why Phil Spencer is doing this. I know why Phil Spencer is making these moves. I know why Jim Ryan is making these moves. Because it's to grow the business. You got to take it out of the box and expand your business. That's the only way you can do it. That's what's crazy to me, guys. Now, I want to bring something up. And I'll kind of blend in with this topic. We'll talk about the Xbox. Do you know what? You know what? First of all, PlayStation acquiring that, whether the NC stuff, is pure dog shit. No, nobody's talking about that shit. Trust me, the only deals Jim is making is pimping these ponies out on them street corners. That's the only deal he's making. That's the best deal he's ever done. Charging these hoes $10 for that dog shit Last of Us Remastered. That's the best shit he's done, Jim Ryan, when it comes to his leadership at PlayStation. The best shit he's ever done. Pimping these hoes. That's all he's done. Now, let me slowly transition into this stuff here. Now, guys in the chat are talking about this. Making t-shirt deals. Bro, do you see what the fuck is he wearing? That's crazy to me. Now, some news has come out. You know what? Let me change this up a bit. I'll change it up here. Now, people are taking this out of context. I think this is the way I see it. Xbox zoom in. I'm going to keep it here. This here. Let me highlight this. Now, the CFO has been talking about certain things, and this is not the first time I sent this message. Wilfried, this is the CFO talking about they want to put the games in more places. So this is not the first time they said this shit. This is not the first time. Now, the key highlight I want to talk about is here. Xbox mission is to bring first-party experiences and subscription services to every screen that can play a game on. That can play a game, including PlayStation and Nintendo. Note, look, guys, I'm 100% certain if PlayStation was willing to put Game Pass on, I think they would do it. I really do believe they would do it. Really, I honestly do believe that. If Xbox wanted, if was it Phil Spencer and his team wanted to put Game Pass on PlayStation and PlayStation allowed it, they probably would do it. But PlayStation won't allow it. Why? We'll tell you why in a second. The mission is to bring first-party experiences and subscription services to every screen that can play a game, including PlayStation and Nintendo. Now, guys, what is the first-party game that's on PlayStation right now? Minecraft, Fallout, Call of Duty, Elder Scrolls. So many more games. Yeah, there's better ways of saying it, but the way he's saying it, it might not be the best way, but it's the way he's saying it. Like, people will take it out of context. But he has said this before about ZeniMax games. And what happened? That's the thing. Like, what is this? Chia Walker goes, the key is the missing part. So we are not seeing the full content of the statement. I'm not sure whether if there is a full statement out there, like a complete full one, let me know, Chia Walker. But I'm just talking about this. There's gonna be games like Psychonauts is on the PlayStation. That's a first party game. Hellblade 1 is on the PlayStation. That's a first party game. Minecraft, Overwatch, Call of Duty, I talked about them games. Now, the way people are running with this is making me laugh. Ray Tito, if PlayStation would never allow Game Pass on PlayStation, Sony would never allow Game Pass on the PlayStation platform. I believe, as long as there's certain games that are still available, who knows? Talking about this here, first party experiences and subscription services to every screen that can play a game on. Hashtag like kind of like key missing point, including PlayStation and Nintendo. So when it comes to that, they could talk about first party games going to the PlayStation and Nintendo. And we know next year they want to put Call of Duty on Nintendo. No, Microsoft wants to sell Xbox consoles. But for some reason, people like to leave that out. For some reason, these ponies love to talk about Xbox is going full third party. Full third party. You gotta look at how this is phrased. Microsoft wants to sell Xbox consoles, but at the same time, they somehow also want to be a third-party publisher. That's one way to give Xbox fans no confidence, I guess. The way he's saying that, I understand how he's saying that. When he's talking about it's going to be like a bit like third-party, it's putting your games on other platforms like cloud gaming. It's like a 50-50, it's like a double-edged sword, the way he's saying that. There will be certain games that will hit will hit PlayStation, Nintendo, GeForce Now, Boosteroid, all of that shit. It's gonna go on other platforms, probably go on Netflix as well. That's what we're talking about. It's like Sony publishing MLB. Does that mean they're going full third party? That game is foreign between certain games. There will be certain games like Destiny 2. Destiny 2, Sony owns that shit. That's still multiplayer. Bungie has talked about the future games. That's going to be multiplayer. So that basically you can say that's that third party. There's ways. It's the way it's worded. You gotta understand. That's what you gotta understand. That's what makes me laugh. But they always leave the main key components out. There will be games. There will be like a third party publisher. Minecraft, Call of Duty, World of Warcraft. I believe all of the legacy games, them type of games, multiplayer games, they will be available on the PlayStation and Nintendo. And the future Call of Duty for the next 10 years, at least, will be available on PlayStation and Nintendo. Minecraft will be available for forever. Minecraft has been there from day one. Since Microsoft acquired Minecraft, have they thought about taking it away? Of course they have. But when it comes to the business sense of it, it's not worth it. That's what we're talking about. But the way people are running with this shit, Xbox is going full third party 2027. That's what makes me laugh. When you got the same dude, Jim Ryan, signing a new deal, NC Soft talking about expanding from the console space. They didn't talk about that. Nobody's talking about that shit. Watch how media runs with this shit. You watch how the main Twitter guys talk about this stuff. That's what's gonna happen, guys. Watch how they run with the shit. They're running with the shit right now. But for some reason, a lot of the guys are still focused on the consoles. Which, in fact, he's saying, yeah, even though he's the CFO, Phil and his team are the main guys, and whoever's above. Do they want to sell consoles? Bro, they sold 22 million consoles. They sold 22 plus million consoles already. That's the... Listen, if Xbox hits like 50 million plus console sales, you think they're going to leave that market? Shit! We know Xbox is coming up with a new console, a new generation in 2028. We know that. We've seen the leaks. And dudes are here talking about Xbox is going third party, blah, 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 in 27, full third party. When the same people, when the favorite boy, Jim Ryan, did the same shit. Look at the shit here. Let me pull this shit back up. This is the same shit Jim Ryan is doing. Expanding beyond the consoles. Reaching a wider audience. Do you understand this shit? Ponies, look at this shit. Are you stupid or some shit? No shit, they want to expand beyond the consoles. That's the same shit Xbox is doing already. They're ahead of the game. They're putting the games on more places. When it comes to the console space, they'll keep that PlayStation 5 at bay. They won't put all of the exclusives on there. It's Starfield on PlayStation. It's Hi-Fi Rush on PlayStation. It's Forza Motorsport on PlayStation. It's Redfall on PlayStation. Is Hellblade 2 going to be on PlayStation? Clockwork's Revolution on PlayStation. Dr. Vodka, what's going on, player? This is what we're talking about. They love to pick certain things out, certain wording out, and run with that shit. When the same is going on with PlayStation here right now, they've said the same shit. I'm not making this shit up. Expand beyond the consoles. Do you understand? Now, sometimes the wording could be better. Of course it can. But this is not the first time that dude that said something about, was it Microsoft games, Xbox games. That ain't the first time. Because I'm going to pull something up as well. What's going on, guys? Hit that like button, players. What is this shit? Shout out to the 236 people here. Hit that like button. Let me have some water. This is what makes me laugh, guys. When Xbox has been setting itself up from 2016 for the future, all of a sudden, PlayStation is doing the same shit, but they're behind. Some of the guys in the chat are making a great point. Let me get these 2 super chats. The Angry MD with a 5. Sony is doing too much too late. They laughed at Xbox when Phil made the switch. Now look at them trying to copy his playbook. Them are facts, Angry MD. Them are facts. Everything that Phil has set up, PlayStation doing the same shit, but at their own pace. That's the only way they can do it. Slowly but surely, they're making a transition. That's what they're doing, bro. Salute to you, player. Ryu Art, what's going on with the Tuga? Sony's behind on Bungie's loan payments expanding. Talk that shit, player. Let's not even get started on that bullshit with Bungie on fucking interest-free credit. Some of that bullshit. Now the problem is, you can see a lot of guys on Twitter run with this shit. That the Xbox is leaving the console space. Xbox is going full third party. The CFO talked about they want to put the games everywhere. Please tell me, is that the first time we heard that? Nah, player, we heard that many, many times. This is not the first time we heard that shit. I've heard that multiple times. How many times have we been told that Xbox is dead? Xbox is leaving the console space. We have seen the roadmap is being leaked. This is what makes me laugh. But for some reason, people want to stick to the console space. That's what makes me laugh. And look, guys, this is business. This is not about your petty console wars. This is business. Expand your fucking gaming library because other people are coming into the space. And I'm going to show something else on the screen. But before I do that, look at this shit here. Hazardo Gaming. Well known on Twitter. Shout out to him. Because my thoughts and opinion always come with honesty, regardless of the platform. So take it as you like. In my opinion, if Xbox wants to take their console seriously, then they need Peter more energy for their brand. Otherwise, consoles at Xbox will always be looked at as an afterthought for Microsoft. Now, Hazardo, nothing against the guy. Great, he puts out great up-to-date information. Shout out to him. But for some reason, I just don't understand. Like, 9 Lives, you can agree with that. But the problem is, this ain't 2006. This is 2023, guys. That's the problem. That's the mindset you're having is wrong. Microsoft is a fucking giant. And what do giants do? Giants take fucking leaps. Major steps. They take major steps into the future, bro. That's what they do. If it wasn't for Xbox about online gaming, putting that broadband bullshit into that hard drive, all of that bullshit, they take the major steps. Long live the Black Mamba. Peter Moore almost killed PlayStation. Facts. But PlayStation hurt themselves as well on top of that. That's the difference. That's the difference. It's the same with Donny D. What did Donny D do? He hurt Xbox with his future plans. And PlayStation came in nicely and just, you know that knife? They stuck it a bit more in. Here you go. Take that shit. Now getting back to this. If this was 10, 15 years ago, I would say, you know what? Fair play. It's about console sales. But you look into the future of gaming. And when you're the number one, when you're in the top three companies, richest company in the world, what do? You innovate. That's what you do. Innovation. You take giant steps and you take risk. That's what you have to do. But this is 2023. You can't stay, like, guys are expecting these companies to stay put. Stay in the console space. Do you understand? He's not the only one. People have talked about this so many times. Even big time ponies have talked about this. If they want to sell consoles, they need that Peter Moore energy. This ain't the Peter Moore generation. Guys, People are soft nowadays. You can't even say certain words online. You can't say certain shit to someone. If I said, "Oh, this person's a him or her," why are you calling me that? You calling me something, bro? People are different nowadays. Shit is different. The future, Microsoft needs consoles, of course they do. But the problem is Nine Lives. You can do both. You can do both. Microsoft. The only problem is like the way you're looking at Nine Lives. At this point, the problem is like the way you're looking at this. 100%. I would love Xbox to slap the shit out of Sony in console space. But that's not how a $1 trillion company works. You gotta operate different. There's no indication, like Wilkinson, there's no indication that Microsoft is leaving the console space. You see next year they're coming out with a Slim. I'm not sure if that's a Pro or not, if they're doing Pros or not. 2028, they talked about some sort of like crazy hybrid console, which I believe it will be some cloud AI bullshit in it. So you can't say Microsoft is leaving the console space when in 2028 they're going to be launching a new console. Do you understand? They are launching a new console in 2028. We know that for a fact. That's been leaked. Ozzy, the problem is, because of certain keywords, they're running with that shit. Could they push more consoles? It's possible. Of course they can. But sometimes you gotta change directions. Sometimes you can't be the number one console seller, no matter what. No matter what, how good of the games you got. There'll always be that casual console that people will go to, and that's what it is. I would love for them to push more consoles, but this is a $1 trillion company, and they're gonna expand beyond the consoles. When you look at the ceiling, PlayStation only did 120. Well, I'm saying only. PlayStation 4 did 120 plus million. PlayStation 4, the second one was a great generation for them. They should have done much better than that if there's more gamers out there. But the ceiling keeps hitting. They keep hitting that. They keep hitting that ceiling, and they can't go beyond that. If PlayStation 4 does 120 million and Nintendo Switch does 34 million, and then Xbox does 60 million, that's only over 3 million consoles out there, and that seems to be a repeat all the time. So these guys, I would have agreed back in 2006, 2007, early 2010s. But this is a different generation, different type of gamers consuming their content. You're going to see how gamers change. You have seen gamers playing games like Fortnite, free-to-play games like Apex Legends. Listen, it's not the same. Mobile gaming is taking over great, making the most money. Hell, Apple Arcade is at the top 5 live revenue when it comes to money. If people actually believe that Xbox is going to be leaving the console space in 2027, you're making me laugh. Let me have some water because my throat's messing up. Let me get the super chat. Pharaoh 2525 OG Gaming with a 5. Ponies are slow. Microsoft wants to entertain the world beyond the plastic box. Difference between trillions and billions. Pharaoh, you make a fantastic point there. That's what I was talking about. It's a different ball game. You hear talking about $1 trillion company versus $1 billion companies, and you want to be ahead of the game. You got other people out there coming into this gaming space without a console. And Microsoft sees that, so they want to be ahead of the game. That's why they're acquiring all of these studios to be ready for that shit. The angry MD with a 5 again. Jim in the just in a white tee, looking like a hostage being released. Facts, bro. You're angry MD. You're 100% right, bro. What's going on, Pixel Slapper? What's good? Sully in the chat as well. What's good? Now, before I carry on, hit that like button, guys, because I got something for you. Where is this shit? Let me pull this up here. Shout out to the 258 people here. Salute to you guys, man. I know it's early for some of you guys. Some of you guys are working at the moment. Shout out to you guys. Yeah, 9 lads, I understand, bro. 100% understand with you. Let them run with it. Let them run with it. I know for a fact the Xbox will be dropping a console in 2028. That's another 8 years. We'll be to 2035. I don't know. God willing, I'll still be alive, still doing content. Who knows? 2035, we're good. What the future is going to be like in the next 10 years is going to be insane. Demon Flow, what's good? Maurice the Xbox fucks, bro. Let them celebrate. Because Maurice, Jim Rance just signed a deal with NC Soft for expanding beyond the console. But they're not talking about that shit. Michipu, talk that shit. I'm on the 5th screen. Yeah, bro. Why so serious with the 5? What up, Sean? Your new wallpaper looks like Dreamcast face. Oh! Talk that shit, player. Talk that shit. Demon Flow, what's good? Now, no, you know when I was talking about these other companies coming into the gaming space without a console. For example, let me show you something. Xbox zoom in. Here, let me zoom in a bit extra. Xbox zoom in a bit more extra. There we go. Guys, I don't know what to say to many of these ponies or people out there thinking that, I wish Microsoft was sticking to the console space. You got to be ahead of the game. You can't let other people come in and take your dinner. You got to keep that shit to yourself and expand that shit. FYI, Grand Theft Auto Trilogy, the definitive edition, is coming to Netflix in the next 2 weeks, the 14th of December. Now that Phil does makes the ultimate decision. As long as Phil Spencer's still there, I don't have a problem. Whoever comes in next, who knows what's going to happen. But Phil Spencer's plan, 2028, we'll still have a console. Now, guys, look at this news here. I've been seeing this. Do you know what's funny about this? I've been getting emails from Netflix talking about, we added this game. Touch controls too as well. Michi Poo is coming with touch controls. And the new what the new school gamers, what are our kids and my nieces and your lot's nieces and kids, how do they play some of the games? This is what we're talking about. This is why I want people to understand. And some guys will have some concerns about the way Microsoft, the way the word is some things. It may not be the best. But this is what Microsoft is talking about. With your Netflix subscription, your mobile, where is Netflix? Guys, just let me put this out there. How do you access Netflix? Your mobile device, your TV, your Xbox, your laptop, your car. Ozzy, your beautiful niece plays on the iPhone. Regardless, like Netflix gaming is a flop or not, but they're pushing into that market. They're pushing into that market. Does Netflix have a console out there? Do they have a console? No, they do not have a console. Look at the games they're getting. Grand Theft Auto, the trilogy, touch controls. This is what I'm talking about. Netflix will not be the only one. Apple will. Apple is making its way into the. Well, they are in there. Not making. They are. Amazon. This is why we. This is what we're talking about. This is why Microsoft wants to be ahead of the game. This is why Microsoft is buying content, the blockbuster contents, the number one IPs. This is what they're doing. This is the future they're talking about. Subscription services, just like Netflix. What is Netflix? How do you access that? Netflix is a streaming only service. David, 100%. What is Game Pass? A streaming service. Access to the content. Maurice, the new generation, if you don't teach them, they'll be playing that bullshit on iPads, Androids, you name it, whatever the fuck you want to call it. That's how they're going to play their content. You know that. I'm making sure my daughters, my kids, my nieces play on the Xbox. I'm making sure they know how to play the controller. I will make sure, as long as I'm breathing, they will know how to play the Xbox controller. Fuck that dog shit PlayStation 5 controller. I will make sure they know how to play controllers on the console space, no matter what. That's my duty as a gamer, old school gamer. Netflix is coming into the space here right now, and Grand Theft Auto, regardless what we think of the game, bro, they're still big games. Even though if they're like a shit port, whatever you want to call it, that's a big game. Excuse me. This is what Microsoft is talking about when it comes to subscriptions, putting the games everywhere on multiple screens. Now, let me pull that quote back up again. What is it? There we are. When they talk about their mission, let me put this here. When they talk about when this dude Tim, whatever the fuck his name is, when he talks about Xbox mission is to bring first party experiences to subscription services to every screen that can play a game. That's what they're talking about. And when it comes to the other content, including PlayStation and Nintendo, Sully, 100%. This is how this is related. You think Microsoft doesn't see how Netflix, Apple, Amazon, Google, all of these other big tech companies coming in with money, how they're pushing the gaming library, the gaming services, subscription services? If you got Amazon Prime, they give you free games, they give you bonuses, all that bullshit on that. I don't know, I've seen it on my phone. They give you some shit. Why do you think, listen, Microsoft tried with the xCloud. Was it a big success? It doesn't seem like they were losing money when it comes to the court cases. But what did they do? Right, if this is not working for us, it's costing us too much. Do you know what? Nvidia GeForce is doing it right now. They're probably the number one service when it comes to streaming in 4K. Why not put Game Pass on that shit? What did they do first? They put the games on that. They made a deal. A 10-year deal. Call of Duty and future Xbox games will be coming to that platform. Now, recently, they put PC Game Pass. As long as you got a subscription service with Nvidia GeForce, you can access your Game Pass. If you're a Game Pass Ultimate subscriber, you can access your Game Pass through Nvidia GeForce now. Jamal Lee, talk that shit. Talk that shit. That's what we're talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Experiences, first party experiences to subscription services to every screen. Now, these dumbass ponies don't understand that. Now, some of the guys, even some smart dudes out there, do not understand this shit. This is what I'm talking about. Replace Tim with Matt Booty. Facts. Matt Booty's a killer. Tim came out with some dumb shit. Fair plays. We'll slap that bitch up. Don't worry about it. But talking about this is what they're talking about. And when they're talking about including PlayStation, Call of Duty for the next 10 years will be available on that dog shit PlayStation. Minecraft is available. The legacy games are available. That's what we're talking about here, guys. I just really hope some of these dudes understand. And it's fine, guys. Let these PlayStation dudes run with that shit. Just let them run with it. Because the way PlayStation is moving is complete dog shit. Complete dog shit. That's the way they're moving. They just... Guys, what makes me laugh? What's this shit here? Well, the homie did agree. He sent me something. Let me pull this up. Shout out to the homie. I was gonna pull this up because this is what I seen before. Because the CEO he's said this shit before, bro. Before I move on to something else, this shit, you guys. The same CFO said the same shit. Microsoft wants future Bethesda games to be first or best on Xbox. This is what he said. But Plans, as X says it's not planning to pull all of the Bethesda content from rival platforms. You know, when there's a case by case, this is what we're talking about. Pixel Law is the Xbox top, innit? It's green, that's why. It's the Xbox top. It's green, so obviously it's losing its color. Not color, it's green screen. So it's blended in. It's the Xbox top. You know that? Look, it's an Xbox top. Look at that shit. This is what we're talking about. Yeah, he's probably another Teddy Mice in the POS. This is what we're talking about. When Phil said case by case, for example, let me pull this shit up here. Let them run with it, guys. Honestly. Here we go.
We are not a third-party publisher. Yeah. Right? We do something different with our content like Starfield, but not all the content. Obviously, Minecraft ships on other platforms. And we...
Did you guys hear that? What did Phil say there?
We are not a third-party publisher. Yeah. Right? We do something different with our content like Starfield, but not all the content. Obviously, Minecraft ships on other platforms. And we
Let me play that once.
We are not a third-party publisher. Yeah. Right? We do something different with our content like Starfield, but not all the content. Obviously, Minecraft ships on other platforms. And we
I'm gonna say one thing only. We are not a third-party publisher. There'll be games like Starfield case by case, but we do ship games like Minecraft on that dog shit, piece of shit, no good looking ass, bitch ass console, PlayStation 5. Do you understand what we're talking about? That's what we're talking about. Case by case. People need to understand that shit. Let these dudes run with all of that bullshit they're talking about. Oh, Xbox is going third party, blah blah blah. Stop with the bullshit. Stop. Makes me laugh, bro. Send that clip to Tim Stewart. Tim Stewart can kiss my ass if he has to. It is what it is. Let me pull up some funny shit. 1 second. We got the Demon Flow Gaming. What's going on, Killer with the 5? We are about to witness the end of console gaming. Pony only care for consoles and exclusive. Xbox is better prepared for the future. No doubt. Demon Flow, facts, bro. Facts. That's what we're talking about. Mechanic, it's a good thing that's a video, guys. And how many times has Phil Spencer's been misquoted? So many times. So many times Phil Spencer has been misquoted, guys. It's crazy to me, guys. Absolutely crazy. Where's this clip? I want to find this clip. I'll find out in a bit. 1 second. Now, continue with this. Continue with like pushing it out there to more people, understanding what we're doing for our business for Xbox. This is a small thing that I'll move on to something else. Now we heard Phil talked about they consider the Asus ROG Ally like an Xbox handheld. This is what we're talking about. Putting the games on like with a subscription service on the Asus ROG Ally, Steam Deck, whatever you want to call it, more places. And look what they've done here, guys. They made a better experience for that mode, a compact mode. Improving the experience for the Asus ROG Ally. This is what we're talking about here. Guys need to understand, they're making sure when it comes to their content, they will make sure the experience is going to be flawless as much as possible. That's their plan. That's the future for Xbox. Put the games on there, fight in the console space. That's why you will never see games like Starfield on that dog shit PlayStation 5. Never say never. That's my quote. Never say never. But when it comes to the console space, that's what you do. But other stuff outside the box, you compete against everybody. PC, handheld, TVs, cloud gaming, mobile phones, compact mode. It goes into like a smaller mode so you can see all your tiles. You can see it all better. There's a picture of it. Let me see if I can find a picture of this. Well, for the Ace, I've seen a picture. It just goes more like that, bro. So it looks more cleaner. Is this more of a cleaner? What is this shit? Oh, it's not moved here. 1 second. It's more of a cleaner look here. Here you go, guys. Xbox zoom in. It's just more of a cleaner look. More nicer. This is Windows, but this is on Asus ROG as well. ROG Ally. That's coming as well. So they're just trying to make it easy as possible, seamless, the best experience you can. That's what we want. How many times have people talked about the PC app needs more work? That's what they're doing. They're trying their best. Make the best experience possible that you can play the games on everywhere and put your subscription service on multiple devices. That's the plan for Xbox. That's the plan. Sony, but listen, when you talk about Sony, guys, Sony, the future for Sony will have the games, don't get me wrong. But they're not prepared for, they weren't prepared for something like ABK deal. They weren't prepared for something like ZeniMax deal. They weren't prepared for like these other gaming guys coming into the space. That's what they weren't prepared for. People are coming in, people are sticking to the consoles. The future is changing, and you're getting guys like Netflix coming. Netflix might won't do nothing, who knows? But that's a problem. That's a problem. That is part of a subscription service. Obviously, I do not have one yet. Do you know what? I might get one in the next two years. Maybe 2 years I might get one. I feel like when it comes to the handheld, I feel like the ones they're doing right now, they're really good. But they're still not perfected right. I feel like they need another 2-3 more like versions of the Asus ROG, Steam Deck, whatever you want to call them, the future Lenovo. I feel like when they perfect that in the next 2-3 years, because let's be honest, guys, the Asus ROG Ally is A plus T flops. After the Steam Deck, you gotta like kind of get into Windows mode or some shit. But I think they're making that better as well. But I think later on in the next 2 to 3 years, I feel like they'll perfect the handle market. Like at one point I said, nah, it's not enough power. But seeing what we're seeing right now, like Long Live the Black Mamba's talking about, Ordinate 3, all of that bullshit. All of that crazy stuff. Bro, they're pushing like what? 8 T-flops. Maybe next year it might be 10 T-flops. That's PlayStation level. Just think about that, guys. That's crazy that. The tech... Guys, you're getting a fucking like a PlayStation in a handheld. You're getting a PlayStation 5 experience in a handheld, guys, like sort of, at 1080p. Just imagine in the next 2-3 years what the handheld market is going to be like. The Logic G Cloud is a good handheld. It's a good cloud streaming handheld. $299. Now, like I said, over time, the handheld. You tell me the handheld's not gonna get better. Compare it to the Switch. Look at that Switch, which is like $300, and you can get like a 8.4, like 8 point something T flop for $500-600. Technology is moving really fast. It's rapid. From 2017, you got like a devices under 1 T flops. 6 years later, you got a fucking 8 T flop handle. Ozzy, in the leaks, will we see an Xbox handle? I will say, I'm not sure, man. I think next year. I don't know, man. I'm not sure. Because in the leaks, we did see some sort of like handheld or something, like a cloud gaming handheld. But is Microsoft willing to invest into that division and put money into a handheld, like a full-blown on handheld? I don't want a PlayStation Portal bullshit. I'll be honest with you. I don't want that bullshit. The next Xbox, like I said, 9Live, the next console, it's got some sort of hybrid bullshit in it. Maybe we might see something then. Who knows? But guys, the handheld market, you're going to see some big changes. It's a game changer. Trust me on that. Even though it's not for us, that's going to be a game changer. You're taking that shit with you on the go. And you're getting like 1080p, like 60 FPS, 120 FPS on some of these handhelds, some games. Let's see how that plays out, guys. We're gonna be surprised. Now, let's move on to something. Where's this? I'm looking for something. Where is this shit? Oh shit! I lost it. Sorry, my bad. I've lost it. Anyway, do you know what's funny? Talking about handhelds. Look at this piece of shit here. IGN, once again, out here capping. Talking about the PlayStation Portal actually works fine on airplane Wi-Fi. I'm going to leave this for a second. Let me have some water. Bugsy2180 goes, what up, Sean? Fuck the gaming media and the ponies. Shout out to you, player, man. And Jonas Sedan with the 2. Microsoft funds Sega to make Sega X Gear. You know that Sega Game Gear was dope, bro. That was a big bitch as well. I remember borrowing that off my mate. Had about 8 batteries in that bullshit. Beautiful. Colors were banging. It was crazy, the Game Gear. Now, we see, getting back to this IGN article. The PlayStation Portal actually works well on airplane mode. Sorry, on an airplane with Wi-Fi. You see this shit? Then look what happened here. Look what happened here, guys. Look at this shit. This isn't your ordinary plain Wi-Fi. This is actually using Starlink, a satellite, to get access to the much better internet in normal planes. Otherwise, it wouldn't work, that piece of shit. You see this shit? You see this shit? This is what we're talking about. This is when you want to see a dead body. This is when you want to see someone get bodied. Dudes are here capping. Yes, yes. The PlayStation Portal is working absolutely fantastic. Look at this shit. Look at it. Fantastic on Wi-Fi on the aeroplane. But knowing this piece of shit, he got caught in 4K. He got caught in 4K. You see this shit, IGN, you piece of shit. I know Jimbo give you the check. He signed that check off. But look at this shit. You piece of shit. Phantom's Archer with the fire. What's going on, Playboy? Funny thing is, I think if Microsoft went third party only, they could support every platform except the PlayStation 5 and still make decent profit. PC, mobile for the starters. Yeah, PC and mobile for the starters. You know, make a great point there, bro. That'd be wicked if they did that shit. Yo, Dustin, where you at, player? Dustin, where are you at, player? Bro, IGN got caught slipping, bro. Got caught slipping. This is the shit I'm talking about. This shit's crazy, bro. And on top of that, look at this shit here. I'll take it one step further, guys. Let me take it one step further to you guys. You're gonna love this shit. This is the dude's face. Look at this shit. Let me Xbox zoom in extra for the homies. Once again, PlayStation Portal works fine on Wi-Fi on the aeroplane. The dream is real. The dream is real. Look at this guy's. Look at this guy's face. Look at this gormless looking motherfucker. Look at this shit. The dream is real. You see this shit? Then he gets bodied. IGN. Whoever that dude's name is, he said the dream is real. You piece of shit. We should have known you were lying. We should have known. Let me have some water. This is the shit we're talking about. Bro, the dream is real. What dream is it? What dream is it? It's a fucking portal. It's a streaming device. Well, Dirk Wrigley had a push. You know, I knew. Judge Corley was gonna. My dream was vivid. Piece of shit. The dream is real. This is the type of shit they be pushing. Dustin, this is the type of shit they be pushing on IGN. Let me check my DMs because the homies are sending me shit and I love it. Send me that shit. What have you sent me? What have you sent me? Oh shit. What's happening here? Shit. I've not seen this. What is that? What are you talking about, Amal Kafaji? Piers Adrian made this article too. What article is it? I don't get that. Let me know what do you mean by that. Put it in the DMs, bro. IGN, we've known about this. And obviously, I'm not going to run with the Xbox tax. We know there's media bias. Everybody prefers a certain platform. Everybody prefers a certain platform. And whatever's hot, that's the platform you go for. Whatever gets you clicks, that's what you do. You talk shit. You absolutely talk shit. I need to pull up something because I lost it now. But can you believe that shit? A PlayStation Portal, guys. A portal. You need a PlayStation 5 for that shit to even make it work. Like, really, bro? You need a PlayStation 5 to make that shit work. Do you know what? I'm going to end it off with something else. I will end it off with something else. I was going to go with the MBG stuff, but I might just leave it. G7 with a 2. He goes, what's going on, player? F Justin from IGN. Shallow bitch. Talk that shit, player. Abdul DM me a clip. Let me see. Let me see. No, I've got. I played that already, bro. Abdul, I did that already, bro. I've got that clip. I've got that clip. Cheers for that. But let me pull this back here. Now, before I go, guys, bro, real non-stop talent, yeah. The Portal, bro. Nala wants me to play the uni clip. You want me to play the uni clip? Alright, bro. Let me play that uni clip for you, bro. Here we go, guys. Here's a uni clip. Guys, enjoy it.
Aggressive with the marketing deals.
How much more aggressive can you be than $69 billion?
Well, that clearly isn't being spent, so it doesn't really matter. That's a moot point.
My point is that, but they tried. Like, you saying that they would have been aggressive. How much more aggressive can you be than trying to buy the biggest company? Like, you just talking. Every time I bring you up here, you talk fuck shit, man. Get the fuck out of here. Tired of you and your dumb shit, nigga. You not no fucking. You don't know how to run no $1 trillion company. Shut the fuck up. Fuck you out here giving advice to Phil Spencer about how to run fucking Xbox. Man, get your fucking whack ass bitch. Anyway, who else, man? Fucking tired of these weirdos. Every fucking time he coming up there going, the game page they win, game page they win. Well, shut the fuck up and unsubscribe, bitch. If it's a big problem. Fuck you concerned for. Why the fuck you trying to save Microsoft money? Oh, I don't think they should put it out day one because it's gonna cost too much. The fuck I give a fuck about how much money they gotta spend. Man, bro. Why can't it never be a white weirdo? Why always gotta be a black weirdo?
Yo, that shit's hilarious, bro. Do you know what? Let's take it one step further, bro. There's one more here as well. I'll play the second other unit.
They never did it.
What time to develop
They never
the game?
offered
And what studios did they have?
They never did it.
What time period was that? At the time of Microsoft, what time period was that?
They approach I'm so both sick of y'all trying to pretend like Sony's some fucking victim, that Sony was victimized by Destiny, by somehow Marvel. Man, shut the fuck up, man. I'm tired of fucking trying to speak with all y'all motherfuckers. Stop trying to pretend that Destiny, that Sony is some type of victim, and Marvel just forced this down their throat, and Marvel forced them to make Spider-Man exclusive. Shut the fuck up. You really want to sit here and talk that dumb shit? What the fuck? I look like a fucking idiot? Oh, why would they do that? Why would they do that? Well, the same. So why can't you use that same logic with Call of fucking Duty? You gonna tell me you're not biased, nigga? Why?
Yo, that shit's hilarious, bro, man. Let me play that shit once more. That shit's hilarious.
They never offered
it.
What studios did they have?
They never did it.
What time period was that? At the time of Microsoft, what time period was that?
They approach I'm so both sick of y'all trying to pretend like Sony's some fucking victim, that Sony was victimized by Destiny, by somehow Marvel. Man, shut the fuck up, man. I'm tired of fucking trying to speak with all y'all motherfuckers. Stop trying to pretend that Destiny, that Sony is some type of victim, and Marvel just forced this down their throat, and Marvel forced them to make Spider-Man exclusive. Shut the fuck up. You really want to sit here and talk that dumb shit? What the fuck? I look like a fucking idiot? Oh, why would they do that? Why would they do that? Well, the same. So why can't you use that same logic with Call of fucking Duty? You gonna tell me you're not biased, nigga? Why?
I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to Abdul for Abdul. Every time he does some funny clips, bro, send that shit to us, bro. Send that shit to us, bro. Now before closing, I was gonna do like MBG bullshit, but you know what? I'll leave that because I want to talk about this quickly. Just let's end it off with the good stuff. Bro, listen, guys. I'm sure one of the guys mentioned it in the chat. Talking about a handle. If you guys are from this... Bro, the Asus ROG Allies for $400. If you guys are looking for a proper good handle, guys, remember this. You can play PC games on this as well. PC Game Pass. Remember that. $400. $400 for this. for the 8 plus T flop machine. That's wicked. That is. If it's in Europe, bro, like that's wicked. Like, see, you can see the price, guys. In the next few years, you can see the price come down really good, to where it's suitable for anybody. $400, guys. This, I believe, this come out this year. This year, this is $400 now, guys. So as time goes on, is there a possibility that Microsoft might make their own handle? It's possible, bro. I agree. It's possible. But we see how time plays. We see how things plays out. Over time, we will find out how it's gonna play out. But $400, guys. Range G4 with the 2 goes Dusty. Dustin looks like Raggedy Andy on cocaine. Oh shit! Talk that shit, player. Talk that shit. Now, before I go, that uni clip's hilarious, bro. I love that uni clip, no cap. Honestly, that shit's amazing. Now, before I go, guys, let's pull this up here from the homegirl, Sarah Bond. Sarah Bond has tweeted this out yesterday. First of all, shout out to, let me zoom in extra. Xbox zoom in. I'll put it about there so you can see it. Shout out to Sarah Bond, the homegirl, TTSing, the killer that we needed for Xbox, for leading the Xbox train. And I love it. Shout out to Sarah Bond. I'm looking forward to her plans for the Xbox in the future. She put this out here. What is she teasing? We know they've been working. We know they have been working, guys. What have they been teasing, guys? Please tell me. Please tell me. Are we going to get some old school 360 drops? Some BC drops? Ooh. I'm going to find you something, guys. I got something here. Because I'm going to add this together. I'm going to combine this together as well. Backwards compatibility. I'm wondering if that's what she's talking about right now. BC games, or she's just celebrating 10 years of. But that's Xbox One. No, doesn't make sense. I reckon it's gonna be BC games, the ABK deal games. I'm looking forward to that, bringing that shit forward. We need to look at the library, see what games can they bring back. But that will be nice. Now, Emmett Kumar, you talking about, yeah, probably BC games. Victor MF Click, what's going on, killer? Angry MD with a 5 once again. Shout out to you, Playboy. I was told PlayStation was the highest quality, yet they released an add-on that can't compete with the Wii. Facts. That dog shit PlayStation Portal and that piece of shit PlayStation VR 2 ain't shit. Ain't shit. Let's be real. Nobody's talking about the PlayStation VR 2. Who's talking about that shit? Nobody's talking about that shit. But now, when it comes to this, guys, next year is going to be a bloodbath. I've said it, 2024 is going to be a bloodbath. ABK is going to be rolling. And when I talk about rolling, here's an update from that POS Tim about the ABK. The CFO Tim Stewart goes, when it comes to Xbox and the Activision Blizzard, but this now, guys, this is today's. Tim Stewart says Xbox and Activision Blizzard are integrating at a really impressive speed. Integrating at a really impressive speed. Talk about this shit. Is that speed? Is rolling? Is moving full speed ahead, full steam ahead, whatever you want to call it. Thankfully, we both talk about gaming languages, and even the few months since we've been an entity, the speed of which integrated and the speed of which we work together is really impressive. What does this mean to us? What does this mean to us Xbox guys? Shit is moving like water. Be water, my friend. You put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. Shout out to Bruce Lee, the greatest martial arts ever. Take a look at this shit. Shit is moving good with Xbox and ABK. The speed is impressive. 12 T-flops of speed. And I love it. They're gonna have that shit ready for 2024. The game's gonna be dropping in Game Pass. Backwards compatibility is gonna be rolling once again, I believe. Shit's gonna be awesome. This is what we want. We want it to be flowing like water. Activision Blizzard is a massive company. 10,000 employees. You got 10,000 people working at ABK. And that shit is flowing like water. And I love it. Bobby Kotick is going next month. Who is the replacement? Who knows? Who's gonna replace him? Only time will tell. And that's what I like to hear, guys. Let me find. I need to find a clip. 1 second. Because people are talking about MBG. What did MBG say? I'll play the MBG. I'll play like a small clip from MBG in a bit. Doran Hauser, Xbox is impeccable, firing on all cylinders. Remember, this was a $70 billion acquisition. 10,000 people work for this company. 10,000 people. Look at this shit. It's moving like water. It's flowing like water, and that's what I like to hear. You got Santa Barbara there talking about putting up an Xbox 360 logo. You got this latest update from Activision and Xbox. The way it's flowing right now, the way they integrated is magical, and I love it. He legit said he wanted Xbox to die off. Yeah, bro. Do you know what? Let's play about a couple of minutes of this clip. I'll play a couple of minutes, 1 second. Shout out to the 268 people here, bro. Still strong. He is. I'm gonna play. It's 30 minutes long, but I'm gonna play a couple of minutes on it. Then I'll close it out.
But Crispy, listen. Based off of everything that I'm witnessing right now, I am convinced. I'm 90% convinced that Xbox is going to become a third-party publisher. I do believe this. I think that, again, if you just look at the signs, they're clear as day, where it's like, well, can Microsoft be a third-party publisher if they're still making consoles? I mean, they could do whatever they could, yes. Like, I know that sounds insane, but they absolutely could. It would be unprecedented. It would be the first of its kind, but Microsoft could do that. They could just say, we are becoming a major third-party publisher, and we're still going to produce consoles for. If for some reason you want to buy our console, it's there if you want it. Like, let me ask you, how far away are they from that right now? How far away are the only thing that's stopping them is just, I guess, this idea that the next the next Doom is going to be Xbox only. It's not coming to PlayStation 5.
Facts.
Or the next Nintendo Switch. And yes, but why?
What do you mean why?
I mean, really ask yourself that question. But why not? Because I guess the idea is, well, if we don't put this game on PlayStation 5 or the next Nintendo Switch, we're going to force people to go seek out Game Pass.
Before I continue, No shit, Sherlock. This is why this is why they acquired companies. This is why they wanted content. Eternal Shaddai, what's going on? This is why they acquired companies and games and content and first party IPs. They wanted to own that shit. Talking about to bring people to Game Pass subscription services. No shit. Dumbass. Why? Why? You just answer your own questions. That's why. Dumbass. Let me continue with this clip, because do you know what? I've not even listened to this clip properly.
But are you really forcing anybody? I asked this question because it's like, well, let me get this straight. If you release the next Doom as a, like, let's say Microsoft goes third-party publisher, and they announced the next Doom is multi-plat. You can get it on the PS5, you can get it on the next-gen Switch, you can get it on the Xbox, and you can get it through Game Pass. How does Microsoft lose by doing that? That's a serious question. How do they don't? They lose nothing. Instead, they get a great, what I assume will be a great game day one into Game Pass, incentivizing people to subscribe to Game Pass. And if they don't want Game Pass, we'll take your $70. Sure. You want the Switch version? We'll take that 70. Okay, you know, Nintendo will get like a 30% cut.
Before we continue with this, a couple more minutes. Do you remember when these dudes were talking about Xbox has no good first party games? Who wants an Xbox? Who wants their games? It seems like to me, guys, the way he's talking here right now, that he wants Xbox to put the games on PlayStation 5. And one game he's talking about is Doom. For some reason, we were told they don't want Xbox games. Xbox should leave the console space. Get your punk ass out of there. But now they're begging for Xbox games. They're begging for Doom. They're trying to put it out there to say, you know what? Would it hurt them though? Put it on PlayStation and put it on Game Pass. What will it hurt them? It doesn't make a difference. How funny is that, guys? Let me get these supers before we continue. The Angry MD with a 5. It's going to be Xbox and Nintendo. Sony will go third party. He's saying all of that because he knows Sony is on life support. Do you know what, Angry Therapist? You ain't fucking lying there, bro. My homie Eternal Shaddai, member for 2 months. What's going on, player? Sean, hit the guy with your camel pet. Sean, hit that guy with your camel pet that you have, player. Come on, player. There's no need for that. Shout out to you, bro. You know, let's continue this video. This video is getting interesting.
PlayStation will get a 30% cut. Because that's the thing is, how many people, like, a game like Starfield, I understand. Because Starfield is supposed to be like this is, again, it's like a generational game. I can understand that. But when we talk about something like Call of Duty, everybody talks about how, dude, Call of Duty is going to drive so many Game Pass subscribers. Is it? I'm asking that question. Like, I'm asking this question to everybody who's listening. Is it? Is Call of Duty launching day one onto Game Pass? I guess next year's, I think it's been confirmed or it's been rumored it's going to be another Black Ops game. Call of Duty Black Ops, what is it, 5 or 6 at this point? It's going to drop day one onto Xbox Game Pass. Is it going to skyrocket Game Pass subscriber numbers?
I can answer that for him. Yes. Just when we seen rises for when Starfield come out, it boosted the numbers for Game Pass subscription services. When it comes to Call of Duty, it's gonna once again boost it. Even though it's on that dog shit platform, PlayStation 5, it will boost the numbers. It will increase the numbers. What's going on, Mr. Kima? Facts, bro. I'm telling you guys right now, Phil wanted to take Call of Duty away from PlayStation. That's why he started with a 3-year deal. That's why he started with a 3-year deal. But they had to settle with 10 because obviously PlayStation would never recover. But the problem is, the way these guys are talking, they're begging. It's like they're begging for Xbox to put all of their games on PlayStation. Bitch! If I want to play Spider-Man 2, what do I have to do? Get myself a PlayStation 5. That's what I need to do. I ain't gonna complain. If I need to play God of War, Spider-Man 2, Stellar Blade, whatever the fuck that game is, even though that game was announced as a multiplayer, what do I have to do? Buy a PlayStation 5. Get the fucking console. Now, bitch ass bitch, if you want to play Starfield, play Doom, the new Doom, get yourself an Xbox. If you're a console gamer, get yourself an Xbox. Simple. But no, these motherfuckers are entitled pieces of shits. Let's continue with this shit.
Are millions of people going to flock to Game Pass now and pay that $10? Or is it just going to produce, a little growth? Modest growth.
Growth is growth. The fuck you doing?
Honestly, the next year's Call of Duty sounds great.
As it should.
I want nothing to do with MW3 based off of everything I've seen, but the rumor about next year's Treyarch Call of Duty, it's set in the 90s, Gulf War, still continuing Black Ops. I'm like, oh, okay. 4 years of development? 4 years of development? I'm in. Yeah, 100%, dude. I loved Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. I did. I really enjoyed that game. So I've always liked Treyarch. I gotta admit, I'm actually pretty happy that Treyarch got 4 years of development, because it's like the biggest problem with MW3 is clearly that they just did not have enough time. Sledgehammer was clearly under pressure. Like, you guys got to get this shit ready to go like tomorrow. And you can't really blame them. But Treyarch, yeah, dude, having 4 years, I'm excited. The only thing that gets me a little bit nervous is that David Vonderhaar left Treyarch.
Now, do you know what? What's crazy about this? I love this. You know why I love this? When you talk about Modern Warfare 3, I love what Phil Spencer and his team did. Do you know what? PlayStation still has the marketing right. Drop a fucking game. Just drop a game for these pieces of shits. Now remember, guys, it took about nearly 2 years for the ABK deal. What did it say? It took them less than 16, 17 months to make the Modern Warfare 3. That's how long it took them. Looking at this here, I'm glad they dropped this game. So that's PlayStation last marketed game. Next year, full on, blown on, 4 years in the making, a killer Call of Duty game is coming out. And that shit's gonna be day one on Game Pass. Day one on motherfucking Game Pass. A game that's been in development for 4 years, guys. 4 years. Day one on Game Pass. That was the smartest move ever done by the team Xbox and the ABK. Making sure, do you know what? We can't miss out having a game like Call of Duty Gulf War not available on Game Pass next year. Because of Sony marketing deal, because we owe them one game or some shit. Whatever the marketing deal was, we can't miss out on them. So do you know what? Let's give them a smaller experience, even though the multiplayer is fire on Modern Warfare 3. It's the #1 play game on that dogshit PlayStation 5. That's what we're talking about. Be smart. And that's what's happening right now. G-Style with the 5. What's going on, Playboy? Who cares about this bullshit pony, this piece of shit pony opinion? F him. Yeah, bro. The homie Dirt Greek T, what's going on, killer? My WBG TTS, bro, with a 10. Great minds think alike, Sean. I have a video dropping after your show, and I'm making some of the same points. Just buy an Xbox player. Entitled pieces of shit. I hate them all. I hate them forever. The Greek TV will be dropping it in the next 10 to 20 minutes of video, guys. Make sure you check it out. The Angry MD with a 5 again, bro. At this point, I don't trust the PlayStation 5 install numbers. Sony's not being truthful. Do you know what's funny about that? They're going to inflate them numbers. Let them inflate their numbers, guys. Because you know what's it about engagement? People buying content, buying shit on the PlayStation 5. That's what it's about. Let me continue this for another.
Like earlier this year, and he's like kind of the mastermind behind, I guess, the secret sauce, if you will, of Treyarch's multiplayer gameplay. And I know that Jason Blundell left a while ago when he was in charge of zombies. So we'll see what they end up doing, but I'm excited. But I got a little bit distracted there. But the reason why I'm asking this question, like, will Call of Duty actually drive a substantial amount of Game Pass subscribers? My gut reaction to that question, or my gut instinct, not reaction, but my instinctive, intuitive answer is yes, it will. I think it has to. I think that marketing push will be insanely aggressive, where it's in your fucking face, like Game Pass, Call of Duty, Game Pass, Call of Duty. The two are going to start to go together like peanut butter and jelly, right? Like that's the type of marketing push they're going to have.
That's something we can agree on. That's something. See, MBG, he can say some dumb shit. Then on top of that, he can say some good shit. Is it going to push Game Pass? 100%. That marketing, we have seen the marketing recently. What's going to happen when Call of Duty is a first-party game? They're going to push the shit out of that to maximum. Maximum marketing. They're going to go all out on that shit. Call of Duty is home. You think they're going to put that shit everywhere? When people complain about, man, Xbox doesn't do marketing that good, blah, blah, blah. They keep talking about the same shit over and over and over again. Watch what they do for Call of Duty, guys. It's gonna be out of this world, and I can't wait. Jay, remember with the 2, so sick and tired of these PlayStation fanboys. It's ridiculous. Facts, bro. The pieces of shits. I can't wait for that, bro. Anyway,
and I think it is going to lead to a lot of people just being like, well, I don't have to pay for, but that's the thing. See, that's the question we then have to ask ourselves. One of the major things Microsoft will have to push for Call of Duty. Now, this is where we will see a potentially unprecedented version of Microsoft when it comes to their games division, where you could say, well, Microsoft has already been doing that. Sony wants you to pay full price for their games, and they make it clear you're going to pay full price if you want our games. Microsoft, on the other hand, has actually leaned into don't buy our games, just subscribe. Don't buy our games, just subscribe. Now, they haven't actively said don't buy our games, but they're like one step away from saying that. They're conditioning their audience and their player base to subscribe to Game Pass for our games. That's what we want you to do, and stay subscribed. I really want to know if they're going to push that with Call of Duty, because Call of Duty is the best seller every year. Every single year, Call of Duty is the best selling game. Like, without fail. It would be wild, and I mean wild, if Microsoft actually tried to push people away from buying it and instead subscribing to Game Pass. And if they were to do that, I mean, it would show a new level of commitment to Game Pass that was not previously there, because you are actively asking people to stop buying a yearly best-selling game, and instead, please go subscribe. That would be pretty crazy. But, then again, if the way Microsoft might see it is, if we can convince a Call of Duty purchaser who is willing to pay $70 for the game to subscribe and then stay subscribed for 12 months, That's double the amount of money. That would nearly be like 130, 140 bucks. You know, it's almost like
Yeah, I'm gonna stop here, guys. You know, this guy's you know what it is? These guys are hurt. They're hurt. They got no heart. They know what's gonna happen. Call of Duty is that type of game. It's gonna do damage. It's good. If you think Starfield was gonna do damage to these guys, Call of Duty is that game will fuck people up. It will hurt people so bad to see Call of Duty, guys. Just remember this. This game has been in development for 4 years. This is gonna be a monster Call of Duty. And it's gonna be day one in Game Pass. Where the other side, they'll have to pay 70 for it. Just imagine that. These guys are thinking about all the scenarios, what's going to happen in 2024. And let's not forget this, guys. All of the Call of Duty, the old ones, will slowly make their way into Game Pass. You'll have a full catalog of every Call of Duty, guys, in a Game Pass subscription service. Just think about that. Imagine playing like 20 years worth of Call of Duty in a subscription service, and every year or so, you get a brand new one. Day one drop. That's what's gonna happen. That's why you're gonna see the shift. And I think MBG and these guys can see that. It's like, oh, maybe we will see the move, but maybe who knows what's gonna happen. They know what's gonna happen next year. They can talk about Xbox might go third party, blah blah blah, but when the time comes, they know exactly what's gonna happen. Games that were available on the PlayStation platform. For example, Doom. Don't expect that to come to the PlayStation. Hellblade 2. Don't expect that to come to the PlayStation. Call of Duty. That's going to be on Game Pass. Basically, you can call it. People call it for free. $1, $10. That's coming to Game Pass where they got to pay $70. That's what it's all about, guys. And I can't... Bro, 2024, we're going to have some fun, guys. We're going to have some fun, man. Honestly, 2023 was a bad year for PlayStation. Jim Ryan and the PlayStation dudes were fighting for their life when it came to the CMA blocking the ABK deal, all that bullshit. They were fighting. Don't forget they were tagging the presidents and the senators. Only to find out that Jim Ryan jumped out without a parachute. Jumped out of the plane with a parachute, sorry. 2024 is going to be mental. Now, I know people are asking, before you go, Sean, the Uniclip. Let's go play. Last time for the Uniclip, let's go.
Aggressive with the marketing deals.
How much more aggressive can you be than $69 billion?
Well, that clearly isn't being spent, so it doesn't really matter. That's my point.
My point is but they tried. Like, you saying that they would have been aggressive. How much more aggressive can you be than trying to buy the biggest company? Like, you just talking. Every time I bring you up here, you talk fuck shit, man. Get the fuck out of here. Tired of you and your dumb shit, nigga. You not no fucking. You don't know how to run no $1 trillion company. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, man.
Fuck you out here giving advice to Phil Spencer about how to run fucking Xbox. Man, get your fucking whack ass bitch. Anyway, who else, man? Fucking tired of these weirdos. Every fucking time he coming up there going, the game page they win. Well, shut the fuck up and unsubscribe, bitch. If it's a big problem.
Oh,
fuck you concerned for. Why the fuck you trying to save Microsoft money? Oh, I don't think they should put it out day one because it's gonna cost too much. The fuck I give a fuck about how much money they gotta spend. Man, bro. Why can't it never be a white weirdo? Why always gotta be a black weirdo?
Oh man, that's a classic. The last one, guys. I'll close out with this.
They never offered
what studios do they have to develop?
They never offered
what studios do they have?
They never did it.
What time period was that? At the time of Microsoft, what time period was that?
They
I'm
approach
so
both
sick of y'all trying to
publishers at the
pretend
same
like
time.
Sony's some fucking victim, that Sony was victimized by
Yeah,
Destiny,
and-
not by
and
somehow Marvel.
so-
Man, shut the fuck up, man.
Yeah,
I'm tired of fucking trying to speak with all y'all motherfuckers. Stop trying to pretend that that Sony is some type of victim, and Marvel just forced this down their throat, and Marvel forced them to make Spider-Man exclusive. Shut the fuck up. You really want to sit here and talk that dumb shit? What the fuck? I look like a fucking idiot? Oh, why would they do that? Why would they do that? Well, the same. So why can't you use that same logic with Call of fucking Duty? You gonna tell me you're not biased, nigga? Why?
Bro, that's a classic. I might need to clip that for other shows, bro. Man on Death show. He's sitting here with his chest. You dumb motherfuckers. I love that shit, bro. I absolutely love that shit. Oh, man. You know, we only got one thing to say. When it comes to these PlayStation gamers, we know what they're like.
Here we go. Right back to
PlayStation.
That's right. That's the PlayStation fragrance for you guys, bro. What a great show, guys. Shout out to you guys for rocking out with the TTMS. Dirt will be dropping a video straight after this show. Thursday, Dirt will be doing a Darkman podcast, and we got TTS this Friday. Me and the homie will be talking that shit. Talking about more about Xbox and talking about PlayStation is dog shit. Shout out to the 260 people strong still, bro. Fantastic show. But before we go, we have to give a special shout out to the one and only, the marketing director, Kid Smooth. Salute, guys. See you later.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.